General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Hi, I'm Chester Sticks with the news. Last night, on the 9th of November, 1989, the Berlin Wall was struck down, and Reagan's request to Gorbachev finally came true after months of political unrest and protests in East Germany that started near the end of this summer. In August, Hungary disabled its border defenses with Austria, allowing many East Germans to escape to Austria through Hungary. This was the first in a series of events that exemplified the East Germans' discontent with the current political situation and with the borders preventing them from having free movement to West Germany. On October 18th, the East German leader, Erich Honecker, resigned and was replaced by Egon Krenz. This change of leadership led to even more political unrest. Protests continued throughout the fall, coming to a head 5 days ago with the Alexanderplatz demonstration, which was held in East Berlin's public square. Under massive amounts of political pressure, Krenz decided to open the Berlin Wall last night and allow refugees who had previously sneaked out under threat of death to leave freely. Shelby, the party leader of East Germany, gave the announcement during a press conference, and the decision was broadcast around 7 p.m. Germany time. The following hours were hectic and confused, with border patrolmen unsure about how to handle the situation. Finally, at 10:45, they allowed unrestricted access to the throng of East German citizens waiting to enter West Berlin through the checkpoints. We go now to our correspondent in Berlin, Ronnie Schultz, sharing some footage from last night and today.
As you can see from the footage behind me, people are celebrating the opening of the barrier in every possible way. In some places, people are climbing on the wall and pulling their friends up. The wall is literally coming down in other places, as people strike at it with hammers and even backhoes. People are swarming in cars from East Berlin to West Berlin and are being welcomed enthusiastically. There is none of the fear in this mass migration that there has been in years past. While 171 people have died attempting to scale the wall over the past 20 years, East German residents are now completely free to cross the border. For some background on the Berlin Wall, we'll have to go back several decades. While West Berlin and West Germany were run by Western powers after World War II, East Berlin and East Germany were run by the USSR. Since West Germany had instituted a capitalist system, its economy thrived, while East Germany's communist system caused its economy to struggle. During the 50s, it became clear that West Berlin was the more desirable location to reside in. And by 1961, East Germany had lost 2.5 million people to the West. The East German residents' main route of escape was to travel through Berlin. The wall was built in 1961 to separate East and West Berlin as Soviet leader Khrushchev's desire grew to keep the East Germans inside. On the night of August 12, 1961, the Soviets rapidly assembled the wall and restricted border access. When people woke up, they were stuck on the side of the wall that they'd fallen asleep in the night before. The wall has since been one of the strongest symbols of the divide between the communist Soviet Union and the democratic Western nations, especially the United States. Hello, what is your name, and dare I ask, where are you from?
My name is Heidi, and I was originally from West Berlin, although I moved to East Berlin in the late 50s when I was very young to be with my boyfriend, who is now my husband. I have been forced to stay here away from my family for almost 30 years.
How horrible. Were you able to communicate with your family over the years?
With difficulty. When they first put up the wall, the officials cut the telephone lines connecting East and West Berlin. 10 years later, they reinstalled some lines, but it was still incredibly difficult to connect with my family. It was so shocking to go to bed one night and wake up completely cut off from my parents and siblings. It was also difficult for my husband Hans because his work was in West Berlin and he could no longer commute to his job. Many of our friends faced similar situations because it was very common to be employed outside of East Berlin due to the failures of the economy.
How sad, yet how true and how universal. I myself have talked to several East German residents tonight who recounted for me similar histories. I see you have a young lady here with you. Is this your daughter?
This is my daughter Antonia. She was born in 1975 in East Berlin. She has never met her grandparents or any of her aunts, uncles, and cousins on my side of the family because they all live in West Germany. Although my father died 5 years ago without ever getting to meet his granddaughter, we are going to meet my mother tonight at our family's home.
Wow. I wish you the best of luck, and I am so happy to hear about your anticipated reunion. Thank you so much for sharing your story with me and the American public. The hearts of my fellow countrymen have been moved tonight.
Thank you, and guten Tag.
So there is hope for one family after years of oppression. Thank you for tuning in tonight, America. This is Ronnie Schultz, reporting live from a newly unified Berlin. Back to you, Chester.
Thanks, Ronnie. What a night last night was, not only for Germany, but also for the rest of the freedom-loving world. That symbol of oppression and communism, the Berlin Wall, is being destroyed, and its power is forever gone. Last night was living proof that democracy has and always will triumph. This is Chester Sticks signing off and wishing you a pleasant evening.